Hello, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're talking about the power of makeup. As you can tell, I only did half of my face to demonstrate the power that makeup has. I had so much fun doing this, and I also feel like this is very educational, if you will, about why we do certain steps, and it really gives you a side-by-side as what each step does, and I explain that along the way. So if you want to come on this journey with me on the power of makeup, go ahead and keep on watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you haven't already, please subscribe.
First things first, I'm just combing through my eyebrow, and this alone already makes a bit of a difference. Then I'm just filling them in with a pencil. This is just going to clean things up and give them a better shape. As you can see, this is already giving a much more groomed and defined look. Wow, look at that difference. I really do skip doing my eyebrows on some days, but seeing the difference between one undone and one completely done makes me think I should maybe not skip this step. Bam! To define things even more, I'm going in with a flat concealer brush and some concealer, and I'm lining up the bottom edge of my eyebrows. Since I only used basically a pretty dull pencil to fill them in, this is going to help them look more precise and more defined, like I just got a fresh wax. And then I just blend this in with a beauty blender, and this is going to act as a prep for my eyeshadow as well. Then I'm just setting that eyelid with some powder so that the cream doesn't move. Going in with this warm brown shade from my Morphe palette, I am starting to begin to build my crease. As you can see in my eye with no makeup, there's already some natural pigmentation there, so this is already starting to mimic what's naturally happening on the other side. Also, since my hair is in a ponytail, it's giving my eyes more of a snatch and a lift, which also helps this technique. As you can see, I'm pulling it out into sort of a cat eye effect, and my ponytail is kind of guiding me there. To add more dimension, I'm going in with a warm brown pencil, and I'm applying this in my crease to really add some pigment here. Using creams is always going to give you more of a color payoff than powder, so this is a nice thing to lay down before blending in some powders. And I'm just blending out that line, which is going to build some nice dimension, and topping it with these warm brown shades to set and further blend that area. At this point, you can obviously tell I'm wearing makeup, but it does mimic the natural pigmentation, just in a more dramatic way. This step right here also makes a huge difference. Cleaning up that bottom edge really aids in the snatch of the face and just draws the eyes upward. To make my eyelid pop, I'm going in with that concealer and that same concealer brush, and I'm cutting my crease. This is going to open up my eye even more, and it's going to be a nice base before applying any shimmery eyeshadow. As you can see, this has really opened up the eye, and it's also going to make these shimmery shades stick. I just mixed a bunch of them, and I'm just tapping them on with my finger. Now I'm just taking a very light shimmer shade, and I'm using this to highlight my brow bone and highlight my inner center. This is already highlighted by the concealer, but I'm just reinforcing this with some eyeshadow. And as you can see, it's already looking like a huge difference. Now for the wing. This will really define the eye and create more of a cat-like look. And I'm just using liquid black liner right here, making it a little thicker on the outer corner, and then just tight lining the top part of my lid. And here I kind of went off the rails. I didn't mean to make it that big, but I just decided to roll with it. This is really going to show the power of a wing. And then I'm just popping on an eyelash. This again is a game-changing step, which you'll see here in a moment. This is what really makes this half of my face look like a whole other human than the other. Maybe not a whole other human, but that's a drastic change. Like, the size of my face looks different. Everything is exaggerated. It looks bigger. It's more defined. It's poppin'. And now we're gonna get to the complexion. So I'm kind of drawing this line down the center of my face to really show off how I'm just doing the half. And I'm applying this just with a flat foundation brush to get the foundation on there, and then I'll blend it in more with a damp beauty blender. But as you can see, this step already is, of course, like, you know, perfecting any blemishes, but it's also evening out my skin tone from my face to my neck. Now I'm going in with contour. This step is really going to show how contour lifts up your double chin. I mean, look at that difference. My jaw is lifted and snatched just like I want it to be. And I'm going to do the same thing to my cheekbone. I go a little bit higher because I want to give the illusion of a more lifted up cheekbone. And then I'm doing my forehead. This I thought was really interesting. Since I had no makeup on the other half of my face, I could really see my natural skin tone. And you can see there's a natural contour that exists on my forehead because naturally sun can hit your top of your head more than it's going to hit your face. So that's what I'm lining it up with and matching. Makeup for the most part is just mimicking your face's natural tendencies with some tricks and illusions to lift it and snatch it a little bit more. But that right there, still on that forehead, you can see that the contour, the fake contour matches the real contour, which I thought was really interesting. Now I'm contouring half of my nose, which was kind of tricky, but you can already tell that it's making the nose look more slender. Well, and in this case, just even more not symmetrical because only half the face has makeup. And now for highlight, this really changes things as well. Obviously we're brightening the under eye, but this is also slimming the nose as well because I'm taking it down the bridge of the nose to reinforce that contour and kind of reverse contour that nose. This concealer is obviously very bright, but I just wanted to show you guys, you know, so you could really see the difference of the two sides. It literally looks like the side with makeup has had some sort of like facelift or some sort of threading when really it's simply just the techniques in which I've used. Next, I'm going to set my face with powder, and to really reinforce this highlight, I'm also going to bake. I'm just using some loose setting powder and a beauty blender here, and I'm also going to reverse contour by applying some right here on my jaw. I'm also doing powder contour as well, just to set that area with a darker pigment. Next, I'm doing half of my lips. Just start by overdrawing them slightly. You can see this half of my mouth is a little bigger than the other half, and I'm doing this by just overlining them with a pencil that pretty much matches my lip shade. And then I'm filling in the center with a lighter nude. This is Honolulu Honey by NARS. Last step is the blush, and as you can see, this just adds so much youth and color and funness to the look, and that will complete the makeup process. And wow, this is me with makeup, this is me without. Such a huge difference. Things are lifted, things are bigger, things are juicier, and I couldn't stop doing this. I felt like Jekyll and Hyde.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day.